afternoon everybody, and how are you? And welcome to the flower patch. My name's Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. I hope you all had a good evening last night, guys. I went to visit my sister and gave her some more work to do with the lollipops and things like that. So I had a message. Somebody actually messaged my mobile because they found the number and asked me if the wreath that we did yesterday in yellows, if I could just do using that ribbon, if I could do one in that ribbon if I have it with pinks. They'd like a nice arrangement where there's a bit of a flower arrangement on the top of a wreath and a little bit at the bottom, so in two areas of the wreath instead of half a moon shape. So of course I love requests, so we're gonna go and do it. So I have got the ribbon with pink flowers on instead of yellow. So I've done two ribbons in advance. I've done the first ribbon, which is going to be the longest one. That will sit on our 14-inch wreath at the bottom. And I've done a smaller one that will sit at our wreath diagonally from it at the top. I hope you can see that. Obviously they want fluffing up a bit. I'm just holding them in my hand. But that will sit at the top there. And we're going to do arrangement around that one and then another arrangement around that one at the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go through our elements that we're going to use today. The lady didn't specify what she wanted. That was just the sort of a design that she'd like to see. So I've got out some, there's a mixture of some Boston fern and some Himalayan maidenhead fern in here as well. So I've got those out. I've also again placed some flocked or dusted ruscus on single picks, as well as leaving I think one bunch in there that I've got out as well in case I need extra. I have cut down and added them to my wispy bits for just some nice, you know me guys, wispy bits going off in other directions. So I've grabbed the full bunch here. That's what you get on one bunch, and then I've cut another bunch down and into little pieces, so I've got another bunch again if I need backup. And oh, the lady did say she liked the mixed foliage bushes, so I am going to add those in again. I've cut those down. I've tried to prepare in most of the things. I tend to like to prepare with my foliage, so I've cut those down again. So we will add these in. It's one of my favourites too, so I'm more than happy to place that in. Oh my goodness, if I can reach. I've just got two stems out. I don't know how many I need. I haven't cut these down because I don't know if I'm going to place them in. But I've got some silver dollar eucalyptus in like a mauve colour. Like a pinky, it's like a pinky red purple sort of colour. So I have got those out as well, just to add a different colour to our foliage. And as I was rummaging through, I found these at the bottom of a bucket. They must be the last ones of what I had left. And they are, I forgot what they're called. But oh, they are pretty. Very soft. But they have got like a pink tone or to the touch. So they're a bit of an ombre look. And they look a bit like tarrogon. But I know they're not, they wasn't called that when I bought them, but that's what they look like. So there's a few scraps here, so I thought I could use that as filler, and it blends in well with our silver dollar. Now I have got some billion stars out, and I have got some in the white stroke green colour and some with the pink and the dark reddy tint or purple in the centre. I'm not sure which one, so I've just grabbed a few. I've placed a few on single picks as well in the green. I haven't done them in the purple because I'm not sure if I'm gonna put too much of that colour in, so I've placed them in that colour instead. I have just got out for my floral just one bunch of our wild little daisies. I thought they would look nice, just, you know, put in here and there, a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. I don't want them all the way around, as we're not doing that sort of a wreath. So now in this bunch of daisies, I have got from different companies, and these are the oddments of the bunches that I had left. So I gathered them all together. So I've got, you know, bigger headed daisies with a yellow centre. They are pretty, but, you know, I wanted to add in something white as well, just to give that spring look. I've also got out these roses. Now these are two-tone roses, or where they're pink in the centre and they're like a creamy colour on the outer side. I've just grabbed one bunch. You get 9 heads on one bunch, so I've just grabbed them for the bigger, one of the bigger flowers. As you know, I like to mix the big flowers with the small. So with it having pink in the centre, I thought, let's have those. I was going to use carnations, but when I grouped everything together, they just didn't sit well with what I've got out. So I've placed the carnations back. Now I have got blossoms, and I've just grabbed all of these guys. I've not even sorted these through because I don't know how long I want to cut them. These are in a pink colour and they're on a long stem. So again, I don't know. I've just 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 bunches here, or stems. So I'm not going to need all that. But again, some bits I may chop smaller, place on the inner side, and some maybe around the outer side. So I haven't cut those yet. And finally, I thought I may just add a bit of white limonium. I have got pink, but again, I don't want to add in overdo it with too much pink. So I'm bringing in bits of white, you know, just to break it up. So that's what we've got for today. I've placed my hook on it. I may have to take that off while I work. In fact, let's take it off. So I'm going to bring the camera down. And thanks, Susan. I'm getting there with the position of the camera, but not quite. I'm still trying to get it in the position I'd like. So fingers crossed I do it justice today. So let's get the camera down. So I'm going to place it, if I can, about there, because I think Susan said she couldn't see the end of it. The one what's at the bottom of the camera. So I'm going to place it there, guys. Oh, I hope that, in fact, let me just lift it a little bit. Something like that. Sorry if it's not right, Susan. So, again, I've got a 14-inch grapevine wreath. I haven't tidied this up. It's not that messy. So, I'm not too fussed about this one. It has got a bit of a tilt here where it's not touching the surface. But that's probably down to that. I may be better doing it. No, for some reason it looks better this side. Oh well. So again, with my bows, I do, if on the top here, what as you're looking at it, want to place this one perhaps around here, and then the one with the longer tails at the bottom here, which I'll fluff it all up once I've got it in. I want to place here. So then we're going to do an arrangement around this, just a small arrangement around this and one around there, and we're going to leave this showing either side in a diagonal position. So that is my plan. So on this occasion, I don't usually attach the bows till further along, but on this one I'm going to attach them straight away, and then I can work around where I've placed them. So I've got a weaving needle which helps me pull my wire through, or get just a thicker needle that you can attach your wire onto to push it through your grapevine. And they're the longer ones, tail ends there. So I want it sitting somewhat, if I just pull it somewhat about there. So let's just twist at the back. Snip off and then bend it over and place it back inside the wreath so it doesn't scratch your customer's door. Right, I'll fluff that one up once I've placed the other one in. And I'm going to do the same with this one as well. I just get the weaving needle, pop one piece of the wire, because there is two, through, do a U-bend, turn it over where I want it to be positioned. So it'll be somewhere around there. Pop the needle through the grapevine and pull. So that's one. And then let's get the other one if I can find it. Here. It is very cold today, guys. Very cold. Let's make sure I don't place them through the same place, because I need the wire to attach to something so I can twist it. So just position. That long one goes there. These two shorter ones here. So grab the wire, I use the end of these needle nose pliers just to give it that push back in. So I can now fluff up our bow. Got that caught on the piece of twig. There. I haven't put a middle piece in this one because I may place in a flower. I'll mess around with that as we're going along. Now I've put a little middle piece in this one. I've used about I'd say about 4.1 meters in total on these two ribbons. I've lost a tail end, guys. Here's one. Oh, it's here. It's a bit longer than that one, so let's cut that one down a little bit. So now we've got our ribbon or bows. I always keep calling them ribbon. The ribbon before you place them in to make it into a bow. It's just a habit of mine. That one's that. Very quite thick, these bows or ribbons. Yes, ribbons. So that is how I may bring this one, if I can, and manipulate it by lifting up that loop and just giving it a bit of a forceful tug and bring it over this side. So we have that, and then when we place on our hook, that will go to the top next to the ribbon here. So you've got that diagonal position of your bows. Right, so let's get cracking. First of all, I'm wanting to place in the mixed foliage bunch, with it being the bushiest, and I'm going to want to be placing something again around. So I'm going to go like a diamond shape here, 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 and then here, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the bottom. So I'm just going to place that there. Bring that flower in a little and do that one there. Then I'm going to place one here. I've got a shorter one. If I have a shorter one, then I will place in one that's not as long or as much on it. That's a shorter one. So we'll lift up, place in a very tight wreath. And that's that one at the side. Now I want to incorporate the bow again into our design. You could actually on the top just place 3 because it's a smaller bow. So let's just place 3 on the top so it doesn't clash with that one. Have a look. So it looks like you've then got 3 little flowers in the centre. Then we go down to our bottom, which now becomes your top. And I've placed a pick on one of them because I want this to, with it having long tail ends, to be slightly longer coming down. So that's it, like that. Again, because they're wired, just manipulate the foliage. Bring one under here. And I may do the same and just add 3 with this one as well. Oops, let me cut that a bit shorter. So then I've got these 3 bushy ones in. Sit that and there. Fluff up our bow, loops. And the one underneath as well. Just take one of the tail ends right underneath with the other one, so they're hanging down. So we've got it now. Let me just, like so. So we've got that around the bottom area, and then at the top we've got that. I may cut that one short as well. So let's just dovetail that. Like so. So that's those in. I won't use that one. I can place that away. I'm gonna place in some of the eucalyptus before I put in our fern and our wispy bits. So I'm not going to place them in as a whole. I will chop away at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get 5 sprigs. So let's cut them to the full length before I cut them smaller, so I can see how long I'd like them to be. And again, because we've got long here, I may want 2 either side of this. I've got something catching underneath, guys. Oh, it's that twig. It's bent over. Let me just chop that one where it's curved. So On the bottom, as I say, I'm going to place one here and then another one either side there of the bush, the mixed foliage bush, and then just bring the odd three around here and then do something similar up on the smaller area. So let's see how long. I don't want it too long. I want to keep them relatively all together in like a cluster. And manipulate your stem so it's got some movement. That's one. And then just lift up that one and bring that one there as well. I'm going to, mind you, I can do that as I go along. Bring that back onto there. Some foliage. So with these ones, I mean, these are quite long, so I'm going to go just slightly shorter and cut them and place around the side. So what I'm doing, I'm working on this one, and where I place these, I will do something similar to the one up above. So I'm basically going around the, you know, the border of what I've created now with our foliage, the mixed green foliage which has created our border. So I'm now working around and with it. I'm gonna cut one more. Let's save that one. I'm going to place this, if I can see, just there, so that can come through here. So it's like I've created that around. So now with this one, I won't bring this down here, I will only make this shorter. So I don't want it as long, so I'll cut one leaf off. Like so. Go again to the side with this one, just give it a bend. I'll cut one more off of that one, or I may need another one, who knows, we'll see. That one there. And then this one, let's just place it in between. So we've got that on that one as well. On this one I've only placed 4 with it being smaller. And on this larger one, I've placed 5. So obviously 1 there, 1 around 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. On here, I've done the diamond shape, 12, 3, 6, 9. I want to place something in the centre there. I may place, if I can get one out, just pull that off and place that in. So I'll put those there. So I don't now need any more of those. So we'll go ahead, in fact we'll go ahead and place in our wispy bits first. We'll get the ones I cut, add this to it. Let me move that out of the way so you can see. What's the daisy? So we're on the small piece. I've got some longer than others. So I don't want those really long bits at the top. So we'll add in some of our little wispy bits. And again, because they are airy, this, as I call them, the see-through, you're not really going to focus on those when you look at the arrangement. It's, you know, everything else that's in it, really, that you're more than likely focused on. You'll see them, you know, you will see them eventually, but you will tend to focus on the floral and the bow. So place one just under here. Come out to the side. Again, we want those longer pieces. And then we'll bring one around here. I may have one just up at the top, just sitting here. So I've got these around, again, our arrangement. We've got that there. So then now we'll go down to the bigger part where I've got longer ones. I did have, that one's quite long, and I'm going to place this one, the longer one, down at the bottom. So let's just cut that at an angle. And then this, in fact we'll place this under. Bow. Oh, it is very tight, this bow, guys. Let me just turn it over. There we have it. So we've got one of those there. Now these are really long as well. I don't want these really exceptionally long, so I may just cut these. to around there. I move that little flat leaf up to the next one. There we go. I'm just checking if there's any spare little prongs that I can place and lift a leaf higher, just to take it up a little bit, so I've got more of a stem. Let's see. No. And I'll bring this one in where eucalyptuses as well. Just mix some of it up with it so we can lift that area. So we've got that, and I'm going to bring the other one of here down here. So I cut that again, and use it to go on this side. So that's our wispy bits in now, guys, as you can see. In the bottom, all nice and wispy down there, and then also at the top here, but smaller lengths. So whatever I'm doing down here, I'm doing longer and slightly, maybe more. Like I've got 4 of the eucalyptus, I've got 5 here, and so on. So we'll just now add in some of our fern. Place that there. Where's that big wispy bit? We don't want that now. I don't know why I bought the whole lot out. So that one's that. So we've got our fern, and I like to see fern. See, now this is the Himalayan maidenhead fern from a company, and it's rubber texture. And I've got another Himalayan maidenhead fern from a company called Leaf. That's the one from Leaf, and that's not. And that one is absolutely fabulous. I've had it a long time. It is quite expensive, but it's a better quality one than that. But they're both the same shape, but that one is just slightly better, well, a bit more quality. I don't mind using both either, to be quite honest. You know, these have got a little bit like a ripple on them. The other ones are just smooth. So what I'm going to do with the fern again, I'm going to, like you see where the eucalyptus is, I'm following that pattern with my foliage. The only place I'm not going to put a long piece is in the centre here, because I don't want it meeting up with the bottom. Let me turn it around. And that one's in there. I could have moved that one in a little bit more. We'll just bend it in a little. And I'm going to bring one either side of this piece of mixed foliage at the top. I'm going to go under the ribbon. Like that. Under like that. So that's the one at the top. So we're now down to the one on the bottom. Oh, that stem's broke. So I'm going to bring, again, 2 longer pieces either side of the tail ends down here. So I've got them around that area. So I'm going to go under and then do that. I can't get them all. Do the same on this side. If there's areas you can't reach, just lift it up, guys. You haven't got to make, you know, struggle to try and get it where you want it to sit. This one there. One there. Now, I could place one here, but I would shorten it. So by shortening this one, I would just chop off the top bit and just have it just like that. So it's, you know, it's not sticking and touching the one above it. Oh. Place that on top of it, like so. So that's how we've got so far. Just looks like we've got a lovely bunch of white blossoms in the centre, and also very similar effect up above as well. Again, I mean, that one's slightly tall, so I'm going to chop that. But whatever you see I've incorporated above or down below, I've done it in either one. So again, when that's on your door, it will sit like that. So I don't need no more fern. I'm quite happy with all of that. If you haven't obviously got the elements that I've got, or if you've got some twiggy bits, or you don't have to have a leaf on them, or if you have, you've took off some stems or the flowers off some stems and they look like twigs, save them. I do that as well. If they look twiggy, I could I haven't got any to show you now. Oh, if I pulled these off, if I just grab one and lift it and they're on it and pull those off individually, and that looks like a twig, then use it in your arrangement as a twig, and that will add different interest and contrast to other things in there, and you know, it would look really pretty. I like things like that. It's just me, guys. Right, again, I may not use everything I've got here. I don't know about this. It's not really going to be seen too much, so I'm going to leave these billion stars out. I may place in, I'm not going to use a lot of everything because I want it to be more to see again the berry. We've got all this going off in the centre here, so it's just placing the bits around it. It's whether to 1, 2, 3. I may do that. So 1, 2. I can't. It's stuck to itself. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I need that many? No, I'm going to go for 4. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to start with. And I'm going to place these roses on either end. So I'm cutting down the stem, and I'm just placing them there, but bending them slightly up facing me, so they can be sitting proud within your arrangement and looking pretty. Do the same with that one. We'll see, because I may place the daisies there. And I'll cut it a little bit shorter, and then I'll place them again on this end. And then we'll go to this side. I'm leaving the foliage on. Again, that will add a little bit more to it. Let's see what that looks like. I may have to have 2 more, guys. It just looks too odd for me. It doesn't, I don't know if you can see it. If I place it like that with the flowers, one, two, it looks like a square. It's like there's something missing there, and also at the top here to make that triangle. I always, you know, place it there and another one. Make your triangle to balance it. Now, to my professional eyes and what I've been taught, it doesn't look balanced. It looks like something's missed and I haven't placed it in, and I've just created virtually a square. And so if you've ever put anything like that in and you keep looking at it and thinking something's wrong, and it's more than likely, if you haven't placed a third one of it in to form your triangle, it's more than likely going to be that. Or it could be a foliage if you've not placed that in a position where it balances. It could be the same thing. It's not just on floral. So I'm going to go under here. And let's see, it will more than likely be balanced once. Yeah. Now can you see what I mean? It's now balanced. It looks finished. And I've got to do the same with this one. But I can either bring this in around the centre or bring it higher up the top. Well, I don't want the top to be so high, so I'm gonna bring it further down. Again, I could bring all of those actually a little, like I have done at the bottom, and place that there. Or I think something's telling me in the centre there. But with it being a smaller arrangement to the one at the bottom, I don't need the triangular position as high. So I can keep this relatively low. I've just got to find a bit of the grapevine. There we go. Oops, the bow's the wrong way around. We still want to see our bow. Bring that up. So we've got that. So now at the top, it also here looks balanced, but just a smaller triangle. It's not so high up, so it's up here. So that, I'm happy now with that. I do want to I'm going to stick a few of these like they are onto the ribbon just under here to go with the rose. Might place 3, again working in that triangle position, just to add a little colour with the white blossoms as well. So it looks like I've created a little frame around the rose, and I'm going to do that on the bottom. I've just noticed I'm going to do it on the bottom as well. I'm going to pull 3 off. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do the same with that. Just get that glue off of there. Right, so I've got the rose here, So I can either do it around here or the rose. Now I've got the blossoms in the centre, but I want to do and repeat what I've done with the ones here. So I'll just place that there. Where's the other one gone? Oh, here. Again, I could go there and then here with them, or I could do it again around our rose and place a frame around our rose. So I'm going to do that. I haven't got a stem on these ones. They're gonna need it because they're further down, they're not on the ribbon. So I'm gonna place a pick on these. Wipe any glue off. And you don't have to do that on all of them. You know, I've placed that one and that's stuck as part of the ribbon, but these are lower. So let's get these. I placed that one there. Turn it round so I can get a bit of that one. And then the one just hanging. I can either have it hanging above or below. I'm going to have it hanging above. So where's the grapevine? In fact, let me put a pick on that one as well, because I've just moved that and it's just come off. So sorry about the noise, guys. We get some people with cars they've got really big exhausts. I haven't got a busy street, but some people tend to use my street to cut through. Saves going through the traffic lights. And that's Maisie barking in the background, because she doesn't like it, so she barks. So let me just lift so I can see my grapevine underneath. That's that one there. And then I want to go around there. And again, fluff the bow up so you can see your loops through your foliage. So that is the bottom one now as well. I could easily put another one there actually to make it 4. Again, it's bigger up here than it is there. So let's grab one more. So if you're doing something smaller at the top, you don't need as many elements, and at the bottom you would add an extra 1 or 2 elements. Just part. So there you have that at the bottom now as well. Isn't that pretty? Don't you all think, guys? A lovely, lovely wreath. sit on your door. Spring or summer again, as I say. I don't know about those now. Do I use aluminium? I will place that in last with it being fine. Now our blossoms, guys. Oh, these are big. These are very long, should I say. Just pull one out. Now, if you have something like this and you're trying to figure out how will I attach something that will blend in perfect with this style of wreath, obviously number one, you can cut it down. Now I've got a little one on the bottom here just by itself. So I'm just going to cut that down and play around with it first. Now I could have it here. I could place just something pink here, either side. But again, I don't want to keep hiding the bow. It's starting to disappear. So I may not place them like that. I may just place them one on each end with the rose, and then maybe one coming here. So then I've got that triangle with those as well. So I think if anything, do that, guys. So on here you have three, you can cut the little pieces off individually. You know, they do have the sprigs just coming off the main stem in the center. Maybe on the ends I may use the longer ones. So I'm going to cut a longer piece off of that. And just see what that looks like here. You can't really see it there, so maybe here and place it there. I think I may do that. So on the bottom, that is. So we're going to go to where that foliage is. And that one can go there. That's a longer piece. I want one with a bud on. So that's that one. And then I've got one with a bud to go on this side as well. So then that's all of that for the bottom where I'm going to place them, and they will stay in that position. Hi, hun. And then for the top I will do them smaller. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So I don't need any more of those now. So I can save what I've got left and use maybe on another project. So we'll do the one at the bottom first. I'm going to put these ones in. Let me just cut that little bud off at the end. It gives me a longer stem. And if you think about it, well, the sort of creation, the shape I'm making is sort of like going like a triangle shape. Even though when you look at it, the wreath is circular, but when you look at where I'm sitting, it does look like it's a triangular because I'm bringing this to a point. And again, I can hear something, some wood scratching. I should have checked the wreath before I started. So then we'll place this one in. Again. And then the longer one that I have in front, I've got a longer one I cut down that I want to go in front of the rose here. And I want it under there. So it's just hanging shortly down. The pink flower may be slightly hidden, but that is okay. You know, depth is a good thing. Let's just bring that back into place. Bring the bud up. Right, it's there. I've just heard it. Can't. One moment. It's a twig, guys. There we are. So then I'm going to do the same on here. I've got a smaller flower here that I will place up above here, and then I've got two on this one. There's only one single flower head on that one, so the one with two heads will both go on either end. So I will just lift up and just make sure I've got it in. So, and we'll go to the other side, lift up the foliage, I can, oh gosh, my arm, I can't wait to get the exercise from the physio. They're booked and up until end of March. What a disaster. So, and then I'll place this one in there as well. So I'm trying now to bear in mind, I want to see this ribbon. So we'll just lift a bit of it up so you can see the colour still of it coming through. So that is the top one now done, and now also our bottom one with the pink blossoms also now done. So I want something at the back here. So with us having our daisies, I've been holding off. I want to bring a daisy here, as you can see. And I don't really want to place it, a white one in the centre. I could actually, I could get another blossom. I could just put a blossom around there, or just get the small one. Where's that one I've been using? Let's cut that and cut that. So I want this one because it's just white around here, so I may bring that pink in there. So let's just see where we can place it there. Yeah. We'll bring that there. And then our white daisy that I had. Gosh, I am terrible. Where's our daisy? Let me place that back. Then I can place the daisy under here, because then I've got the pink, what is breaking up the whites. I didn't want to just put two whites next to each other, so I could place the daisy in what will break where the pink now has broken up the blossoms, white blossoms, and this daisy. So let's get this daisy in. I'll place that there. I'm trying to look for ones what, there we go. Oh, that's got two on it. That's what I was trying to avoid. I wanted to bring maybe a daisy down the front here, because I'm creating that triangle position again. We've got one here, here, and then I want one here. And I want to do that at the back as well. So let me look. Let me cut it off instead. So if I cut this slightly shorter again. And this is going where the pink rose is, but at the bottom. So if you can see it, I've placed it here. So I've dropped the other one. Then we'll do the same with the other one, and we're going to take that over this side. So I'm just going to have to have it facing me, because with it being quite full. Right, where's that rose? Keep an eye out for the rose. There we have it. So now I've got those daisies in at the bottom. So now I want to do exactly the same at the top. That's one. Two. Three. Place that double daisy back. So then that one is done. I don't, just have a look at these. I don't know about those guys. I just grabbed my drink. My husband's brought me a drink here. So now we'll do the same with this one. Bring the daisy in. Or shall I bring it up here? So I'm going to need that pink blossom. So I should have kept it out, guys. Because I need to separate the two colours. So let's get the ones on the ends first. Oops, a daisy. Oops, a daisy, huh? Oh gosh, aren't I silly? I laugh at my own jokes. It'll be all right. So under here, and I'm gonna bring it under the bow at the top to lift it because it's so much shorter. I'm placing it under the actual loop of the bow, so then the wire on the daisy will help keep that bow lifted. So then the loops don't keep drooping down. I'm going to do the same on this side as well. Push it in a little bit more. So there. So I've done the same on that end. So now let me look at this. I may move that blossom so it's not in my way, instead of placing another pink floral, and then put then the tail end there, and then have this one under the tail end, so the ribbon is going to hide or break up the white. If I just place that there, like that. So that is the one on the top now done. So we've got our, what I've put on picks, our ruscus. Now just by adding the odd bit of ruscus, gives that lovely little movement in the wreath. Excuse me. I'm not adding the lemonium, guys, it's not needed, because it's another piece of white where we've got quite a bit of white. So now I'm going to place a few around the tops here where the ribbon is. So I'm going to cut so many down shorter to start with. And I'm going to lift up the loop and mingle it, or so to speak, and lift it up and place the loop back on top. Do the same around here. Just to give it movement, and I'm going to do it around the roses as well. Again, looking for that little bit of movement. I don't think that one's in. Oh, it is. So this, what I'm using now is just my filler foliage. It's nothing more than that. I'm just using it for that purpose. You can use parthavolia, boxwood, anything like that. Let's get a shorter one. Place that under here. Shorter stem. So that's all I'm going to do on that one. And then now I'm going to move down to this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let's get a few more. I don't want too many. Let's get 2 more. And I'm going to do the same on this area as well. Let's cut a few down to start with. I just like the movement of this ruscus. I think I got it from Lily Jades, and it's wonderful. They'd be brilliant if you place them on single picks for wedding bouquets. Absolutely fabulous. I've used them in wedding bouquets that I've done, and they look stunning. So there's no, again on this, any particular spacing that I'm doing. I'm just going where I think, oh, a bit of greenery could go there, you know, give it that little bit of movement, or a bit of interest. Like I place them, I feel like one could be going around here, and again, I'm not forming any triangles or shapes with this filler foliage. It's there to basically stick out and show, you know, volume. I'm looking for that, if anything else. I don't know, some people don't like to see volume. They like compact. That's fine. You know, if you want to do something like this in a compact arrangement, you know, that's also fine. Everybody has their own styles and their own way of doing something, just like I have. It's just to, you know, give you an idea. I'm doing it to give you an idea, and then you can do it in whatever flowers, or, you know, whether it be flat or volume. You know, it's all your own. It's down to you from there, guys. This is just my idea for you to think of something pretty to do for someone, or to sell for spring or summer. That's basically it. And also to help you learn about, you know, flower arranging. I have had quite a lot of people comment that they've learned quite ever such a lot from me, you know, quite a lot. And that, guys, alone is wonderful. Wonderful news. Because that is all I'm out to do, is to help you learn. And if I can achieve that just for one person, my job, I've succeeded. And I think that's wonderful. So, you know, and I'm honoured to also get that feedback, that I have helped. Again, that is also really special to me. And it means a lot. You know I've been doing it a lot of years, and you know, but I'm also learning new things, you know. I know you say I inspire you, you know, you're learning a lot of techniques, and I hear some people say that some videos they've watched, they don't explain anything like that, how I explain, to the point of why must you place that there, or for what reason would you place that there, things like that. I tend to like to explain with, you know, where, if you're doing an arrangement, where it would look better placed because of the balance, and also being pleasing to the customer's eye. You don't want something where they look at it and they think, oh my good gracious me, you know, that's not nice. You don't, you know, it can be upsetting if people give you that sort of a, you know, feedback, basically. And so to show you things like this is what I love to do. I love to show you creations, different ideas, different techniques, show you the techniques of placement, line, form, colour, you know, all the things that you know, need when doing flower arranging. What is the placement, line, form, colour, texture? The 5 things of what a florist should know, or should learn as well. And that is what I had to learn, you know. And if I can learn it, you, fabulous. And if you don't understand, you know, just keep watching my videos, and I will repeat it in my videos, you know, so until then one day you won't need me to repeat it. And when you're watching my videos, you're thinking, oh, I've heard her say that many a times. But, you know, it helps all the newcomers. I was watching something the other day, and I actually, in all the years I've been doing floristry, forgot all about that technique, and I couldn't believe it. And I thought, oh my good gracious me, why I've forgotten all about that. So to be repetitive can be a good thing. It really can be a good thing. Right, I'm just putting these last 3 in here, so I haven't got to put these little things back on the shelf. So I've got 2 either side there. And I'm thinking of placing maybe one up there at the top, on the top, so that's got an extra one as well. just bring that up there. There we have it. So I don't need any more of that. So guys, that is our artificial, beautiful spring, summer door wreath, where it's got two arrangements, smaller one at the top. And the reason I've placed the smaller one, if you're wondering, why have I placed a smaller bow at the top when usually you'd have the bigger bow at the top? Not so in many cases. The reason I've placed this is because this is at the top and you don't want it bigger than the one at the bottom to the point where the tail ends, the florals are hanging over it and hiding it. You want it to the point where you want to keep the roundness around the top so you can see that circular movement, and then on the bottom then you show your big wild beautiful display and have the long tail ends cascading down, you know, and plus again that looks more balanced. If I turned it around and did it like that and said, well, that's the way it goes on your door, you would think, well, oh, I'd rather put that at the bottom, because now to me, looking at that, I feel like I'm missing it. It's not gone further down enough, it's not gone across enough, you know, and the tail ends aren't there, where are they? They're too small, you know. So this looks like it's climbing up the door, and that looks like it's not even grown, so to speak, if that makes sense. I'm trying to simplify it. So that makes it look like it's not, you know, had too much love and attention to cascade the tail ends as you have at the top. Now, if you want to do them both the same size, then that's fine. But any tail ends coming into the center, don't overlap them, not on this style. I wouldn't overlap them over onto these florals, because you want to keep that hole or that gap in the center to show that you've got two separate parts of the wreath. Unless you're doing a design where you are co-joining them, going from here and joining them up with each other, that's a different design. But if you're doing this design purposely, don't do it to the point where, you see, now this is bugging me because it's touching this. So that makes it look like they're joining together. So what I would do, move that ruscus off to the side. I don't want that touching, and now they do that, and then I would lift that slightly up so it's not touching. Then I've got the fern, and I'd lift the fern up so nothing is touching in the center. So that doesn't look, again, like there's no tail ends. And if you're having ribbon, you like to see some tail ends, whether they're only 6 inch long, but these tail ends at the top I purposely cut really short so you can't see them. And then I've got long tail ends here, so if you had this at the top, then why would you put long tail ends at the top? Because they're only going to sit at the door and maybe in the wind flop over or just fall behind the back of the wreath. So, but then again, you turn it back round to the position it's created in, and that looks more pleasing, where the big fullness is here. That'll catch a lot of people's eye. They'll look up and they'll see a little bit extra added to the wreath, which will make it look beautiful. If that makes it sense. Again, I do try to simplify it, because some people, you know, when they get explained things, they find, oh my gosh, that was confusing. So I try to simplify it in, I don't know, in terms I probably would want it. So, and I've just placed this back on the hook, and now the hook is hidden behind my floral, so that won't be seen. So that's what we've done today. I hope, Susan, that was a better video, because I did keep trying to remember or remind myself more than anything. Let's place that back where it belongs. to keep bringing it up here so you could see the bottom of it and things like that, and then obviously move it like this so you could see it at the top. So, and then also have it in this position. So I tried. I hope that's okay, Susan. So let me just get rid of all of this mess, and I'll get my easel out. That's the thing, I had a comment on, I've got a TikTok page, guys, and I do put what I make in my tutorials. I do place them on my TikTok. They are all for sale. And this one lady thought that one of the pictures I've got on there, if she could have, the easel came with it. Sorry, no, unfortunately not. It doesn't come with it. It's I had to tell the lady it was part of my work, what I used to do my wreaths and things on. But I've never been asked that before, guys. So let me just place all this out of the way. I don't want to stand on it. It's a 2-minute thing, not even that. So if again you feel that, sorry about the noise, guys, you feel you've got the confidence, which I think you have, to make something like this, whether it be on the scale that I've done it, or whether it be on a scale that, you know, a smaller scale, or even a larger scale than what I've done it. You know, if you feel you can do that, then go for it. Just go for it, guys, because you will love it. Again, and it's when you've done something, you feel good at the outcome. You know, you're not just only pleased with yourself, but then when you get your compliments of people, they like, you know, that boosts your confidence more, to the point where you start thinking, I can do this. I was the same. I used to think, I'll never be able to do what they do. But we do. We all do. We've all got it in us, guys. Let's just bring all of that slightly up. Let's just show the bow a little bit. And then do the same with that one. So you can see. You can see the lovely bow. It is a pretty bow. And then where's the long tail ends? Let's get those down in position as well. And they're slightly off to the side, but that is how I like it. I'm gonna, because I've just noticed that looks slightly odd. I'm gonna cut that one down. So, oops, I'm facing it towards my door. Let's bring it up. Let's bring you back so you can get a better view. Let me just, I'm hoping that you can see that. Whoops, that's Maisie. So, I could actually bring it so it's a bit more like that. I feel it's slightly a bit off to that side. Let me just, going to bring that down there and bring those back through. So let me just look. Yeah, it needs to be just slightly. So this is why I don't tie the knot in. I can just then slide my hook across just a little weeny bit more. That's better. It's much, much better. So let's balance the easel out. So guys, isn't that a nice style wreath? I think it's a very lovely style wreath where you've got, let me just grab that, where you've got the top and a bottom, nothing in between, and it's separated. But yeah, you've still carried on the same theme from up here down below. Unless if you want to have on the shorter one tail ends to go onto this piece, bring them across, not over the front. Bring them down here, and the other one maybe down here, and then weave it through the foliage. But then if you're going to do that, add a little bit of foliage just slightly touching in front of the bow, what's about this height, so then it looks a bit incorporated. Or have a bit of ivy from what up here, or anything, you know, a vine attached to the bow up here and going down with the bow, then it will be incorporated as just one. But this one, I've done it where it's two separate pieces and two bows. So again, this is a spring and a summer wreath. You can do it in any colour you like. Beautiful yellows and reds and oranges would look really pretty, really pretty. Or a deep purple and whites. You know, you can get a lovely rich purple. That would stand out really well. And you know, again, you don't even have to put a bow in it. If you don't want a bow in it instead, again, this is another idea, and you don't want a bow in it, do your floral top and bottom, but then again get a vine or ivy and use your ivy on as your, like, you know, like a tail end, and then take it down here and bring it here. You know, if you want this style but you want to join them, take it down and a bit another vine of some sort, maybe a trailing ruscus or oriental ruscus, or you can get ivy. Well, I've said ivy, haven't I? Yeah, you can get I've got a sage leaf garland. Use a bit of garland as well if you have them, you know, where you've got different types of leaves on. You can use those. Just, or something, a long stem where it's wispy, you know, when you have wispy bits or twiggy bits like this to droop down, to join up. Anything, guys. The world and your imagination is your oyster. So give it a go. Have fun, even if it's on a smaller scale, as I say, but have fun. Take care. And again, please subscribe, share and like to the world, to anybody who you know. And thanks so very much, guys, for all your wonderful, you know, constant support and messages to my, you know, tutorial page or my YouTube channel. It, you know, it is so, you're inspired by me, but I'm inspired by how much, you know, you take your time up to sit and watch my videos. That that's an inspiration in itself to me. And you know, and that's really heartwarming to everybody, not just the odd ones who don't, you know, who comment. To everybody, even those who don't comment, you know, thank you so much. So, but please, if you can, just leave us a thumbs up, a little like, you know, or if you want to chat like some of you do, send us a comment and chat away. Like some of you now are sending me emails on my email address, which is the flower patch 2401. Sorry, start again. The flower patch 2401 at gmail.com. So if you want to send me a message, like my friend Pam, Sandra, Susan, you know, Lisa, who's now started to do it, feel free, and others as well. Much appreciate it. So, and I'm honoured. I'm really honoured. So have a great day. Again, keep creating, have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Wrap up warm if it's cold where you are, because it is cold here today, and stay safe. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, guys. Right then, let's have a look, my lovelies. Let's get a bit closer. Let's just get all this cabling off of me. Right, there's a pretty bow. Let me see if I can zoom in again. I don't know what's up with this phone. Let's have a look. It's got its own oh my gosh, that's gone a bit bright. I don't want it like that. There we go. So there is the pretty ribbon, and we've got that at the bottom as well. And there's our two-tone roses. Look how realistic they look. They are pretty. And then our blossoms, what are attached to our multi-leaf bush. There's our twiggy bits. They've even got little thorns on. There's our Himalayan maidenhead fern. This in the background here. And our pink blossoms there also. And our daisy. And our, this is the red colour, look. Isn't that pretty, guys? You can see the veins. That's so pretty. And then our beautiful ruscus as well. And again, our long tail ends down here. What are sitting there amongst, oh, and then we've got this. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? So, and we've got those. So, and again, it's a wreath that's at the top left and bottom right, or you can do it the opposite way round, whichever. Or you could do it 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or you could do it 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You could, if you think of a face of a clock, which say if you pick a number like number 2, go straight diagonal to it, it will bring you out at number 8. So 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and do it like that. You know, whichever you think you'd like to do. But the face of a clock will help you when it comes to things like that. So, have a great day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.